Is furnished by amp2tv.square.
Content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome to Making Money with Laura Sanders, a name you can trust. With over 20 years of real estate experience and selling over 150 homes a year, Laura Sanders is the #1 RE/MAX agent in the state of Florida for 2021. Join us each week as we discuss how to make money through buying and flipping homes, to renting versus selling, and everything in between. To join the conversation, call in live. 888-994-4995, Studio A.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Making Money with Laura Sanders, and I am your host, Laura Sanders. Every week, we talk about something that will help you make a little money, save a little money, or maybe just navigate this crazy world we live in. Last week, we talked about how to stay out of prison. Definitely was a good show, have to say. So if you haven't seen it, go back and listen to it. This week, we're going to talk about, is real estate dead? Why are we talking about this? Crazy stuff's happening in the real estate world. People are seeing articles and nobody understands what's going on. And I'm here with Dawn, and we're going to talk about what the heck is going on in the real estate industry.
What the heck is going on? It's all over the news, but yet everyone seems to think it started later than you even told us it started.
So it was supposed to start the 17th, but in our world, it started on the 13th. In other states, it started a couple weeks ago. This has also been a practice in other places way before. So with that being said, we've been calling around to other states asking, like, how is this playing out for you? In some respects, we got to first just get through the hump, right? But in some respects, I think it's kind of better for us in a sense that everything's negotiable. We can negotiate in our deal, our commission. That's always something you can do. Though, remember, CJ said, we're not part of the contract. The buyer and the seller are part of the contract. But you could get the buyer a concession from the seller, which would be no different than the commission being offered by the seller anyway.
Is it just the verbiage that is being phrased? People are in a panic that they're going to do something wrong? Or are people really thinking, you know what, I just don't want to give them a commission? Is that even a thing?
So it's funny. So always at the beginning of a transaction, people are always saying, you guys make too much money. However, when I'm done at the end of a transaction, my customers are always like, oh my God, you did so much. They don't understand. My favorite part is when I've had customers come work for me and they were like, this is mind blowing. Like, I can't believe how much you guys do.
You exceptionally do a lot. You do more than a lot of realtors do. The amount of boots on the ground, the showing, the contracts and the negotiations, finding all of the people like Max and Brandon, CJ, to help people along the way. You've got resources every step of the way. You're really like a one-stop shop.
Yeah, and listen, my allegiance is to a lot of the guys that I work with, like Max and Brandon. However, sometimes we have to go outside to do what's best for our clients. So I'll give you an example. There's a girl that works for me. She's been with me for several years. She's amazing. She just had her second baby, so of course she's kind of like a little bit more on the down low right now, but she had a deal that originally I had given to her a few years back. They bought, and then the mom passed away. They called her back and said, hey, we want you to sell the property. Well, the property has a lot of problems, which gets into a whole nother show about insurance, right? And that creates mortgage issues. So she called, their mortgage person said, I can't do it. And it had something to do with the insurance to the building. And I have another guy who I said, give this guy a call, because I already knew Max couldn't do it because of another building that I had, that this other guy could do it. He almost could do it, but then couldn't do it. And she's like, but I've already called like 4 people. And I said, call 4 more. And she called more people, and she found a lender that could save the deal. What people don't understand is that not everyone can do a deal. They just can't. Everybody's got different things. Like, that's why I don't, not that I laugh, but it's not even funny. It's frustrating, actually, when somebody says to me, well, my insurance agent. Okay, but did your insurance agent can't shop the same as maybe another insurance agent can. Everybody's got something different.
Everything is different. I'm
Right.
looking for health insurance, and all of the insurance agents were quoting me crazy more than double what I have now. But I found another insurance agent that got me same thing, lateral price move. You have to keep searching until you can find the right person.
Yeah, some people don't know, and you don't know what people's experiences. You know, ever hear the term "fake it till you make it"? Like, some people don't have experience; they're just faking it. They really don't know what someone like myself knows. And I'm not patting myself. Listen, I don't want to break my own arm, but like.
But you work really hard for your
It
clients.
took a lot of time to learn this. Like, I remember, it's clear as day yesterday, the first time I ever wrote a contract, and how scary that was. I didn't want to mess anything up. And you know what? It's funny. People are out there writing contracts and they have no idea what they're writing. I had one agent write a deal on a $2.3 million deal, wrote all the financing wrong. Well, when the deal fell apart, because the guy couldn't finance it and didn't have the money that was written on the contract, the buyer was in default of their deposit
Oh, wow.
because the realtor wrote it wrong.
And that's on the realtor, right? And then the buyer's got to.
We worked it out, but listen, I mean, people, and this is people buying $2-point-something million house. Like,
So do you think real estate is dead? Is it just the summer lull? Is it people are afraid, or is it just a big hype? And people are still buying and selling, and it's just going back to school. I think we're right now in
going
this
back to
going
school
back
right
to
now,
school,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's different in Florida, it's different in New York and Georgia.
And we're getting
Everyone's
into dead season, which is, really, I mean, you'll see it slow off in September, October. Come November, December, it's like,
So your season is different than Florida season, where it's slow in summer and then ramps up in October. For real estate, it's a little different.
That's a different clientele. So, for instance, now we all of a sudden saw an uptake in showings in 55 plus.
Because people are coming down for the season.
Because it's not, don't get me wrong, it's still hot. Like 2 days ago, I was like, oh my God, my arms were sticking to me. Like, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
But it is different. So that is the thing. Like, older people are coming down now, and the younger people, they've already situated themselves for school. So
Now, what about interest rates? Right, we're in the
they're
middle
coming
of.
down.
They're coming down. Do you think it's going to make a difference?
Yeah, I do. I think that will make a difference. However, then, like, I had another client tonight on the way here. I was talking to her, and she was like, oh my God, the inventory sucks. Nobody's putting their houses up now.
And why do you think that? It's just a timing, coincidental. I don't think people
So-
wouldn't put their houses up because of what's going on.
Yeah, I think
in
people
the
are going to put their
commission.
house when they want to put their house up,
Exactly.
right? But it's funny. The only time I was ever a liar is when 2021, when I was like, oh yeah, November, December is dead. And it was hopping. It was like everybody was buying. I was like, oh my God. But that was because of COVID.
Right.
In 24 years, like, I've just never seen November, December be very busy other than, and even I could go back and show you stats from like 2021, I think it was, where I still was seeing like things really weren't moving in November, December in Winmore, which is like a 55 plus community. And so, but then January came and then it finally moved. And I just think that November, December, like, I have Airbnbs, and I will tell you that January, February, and March, the busiest. November, December, it's like, it's okay.
Because it's still holidays. People are figuring out where to go.
They're busy. Like, to me, it's like you're busy trying to cook, you're busy trying to make plans, you're busy trying to get here, you're trying to shop, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do, and it's like, mark my words, everybody, Christmas will be here tomorrow.
It's around the corner. Did you hear Starbucks already has pumpkin spice lattes out?
I
Pumpkin
believe
spice
it.
came out today, the earliest ever that it's come out. It's August.
Listen, I happened to run into Bell's, was it
Yeah.
Bell's Outlet? And they had Hello Kitty Halloween in
Halloween's
a
out.
Halloween costume, kitchen towel. And I was like, oh, I got to get that.
But I think that's the economy, that's the state of the world we're in. Everyone's so hurry up to wait. It's August. It's Halloween.
August.
But-
usually you would see that like at least, I guess you're right. It is. It's 2 months away. Like,
It's
September, October.
commercialism. It's everyone's looking for, because summer's slow, so let's get people to buy something, right? You're going to celebrate Halloween. Let's do it now. Next thing you know, they're going to have Thanksgiving out because people are going to celebrate, to have the revenue come in, because summer here is slow for everyone except real estate. But you have inventory. You always have inventory.
I do. I have inventory. It's funny. So these people that bought a house last year, it hasn't even been a year yet. They bought it for $800 and put a new air conditioner into it. It's now on the market for $789. So which technically would be $775, right? So they've already lost $25,000 from 10 months ago.
Okay, but why? Do they just need to get out? Is it really depreciated in value? Or?
They got a job transfer, and there was appraisals done, so they came in less than what he bought it for. I think the market's really changed, and it's taking an average of 90 to 120 days to sell. And the reason why we're seeing things not move so fast is because people are overpricing because they're trying to get the last of that wave.
True.
So
it's like with everything, there's overvalue. I think people overvalue salaries now. We're overvaluing our house because everything changed with COVID. And you think now that as we're really rolling into 25, right? 2025. It's not 2020. It's not 2021 where it was even worse than 2020.
I know what my mortgage payment is, and I know what I paid for my house. So I'm very feeling for everybody out there. So when we come back, we'll go to commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about, is real estate dead? And, what is this new change?
You have been watching Making Money with Laura. For more information, contact Laura Sanders at
Whether you're buying, selling, refinancing, or building your dream home, you have a lot riding on your loan specialist. Max Fish, a top 1% mortgage loan officer in the nation, will give you a same-day qualifying quote. Max Fish is committed to providing his customers with mortgage services that exceed their expectations. Ensuring that you make the right choice for you and your family is his ultimate goal. Contact Max Fish today at 954-729-6933 or max.fisch@nwmcorp.net.
At JK Closing Attorneys, we do all of the same things that a title company does, but with the benefits of being a law office. We can help with residential real estate, short sales, commercial real estate, refinances, 1031 exchanges, and FIRPTA withholding.
Contact JK Closing Attorneys today at 954-332-3111. Again, that is 954-332-3111.
You have been watching Making Money with Laura. For more information, contact Laura Sanders at 954-650-0827 or visit her website at theloracell.com. And now back to the show.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Making Money with Laura Sanders, and I am your host, Laura Sanders. Here we're talking about, is real estate dead? Everybody's been talking about this crazy new law that just went into place, which is funny because it's not really a new law per se, I would say, because commissions have always been negotiable.
But no one knows that. Like, you think it's 6%. I remember when I sold my house, they said, we'll give you a deal, we'll do it at 5%. I thought that was like, wow, that was really nice. Never occurred to me that anything was negotiable. It's just like you go to buy milk, it's 3 whatever, it's what it is. I never realized it actually was negotiable.
Well, the funny thing is that it is negotiable because you didn't pay 6, you
Right.
didn't pay 7,
Right? It was
right?
5.
Because they could have negotiated you to 7, and you could have paid it or not paid it, right? But even if you were to pay 4%, let's just say you paid 4%, and you offered out 2% to the buyer's agent, right? Because whether you're a buyer's agent or listing agent, I think everybody does a lot of work. But if you offer out 2%, and your neighbor's offering 3%, whose house do you think they're going to come to first?
Interesting. And Louise was asking, she wasn't even really sure what was happening.
Right. But some people do know what's going on. And, well, Louise, are you selling your house?
No, I'm not.
That's probably why.
But it's so interesting because I know you guys work so hard, and you work so hard not even knowing if it's going to be a sale or not going to be a sale. You're doing the work anyway.
Yep, it's true.
You know,
That's true.
You know, you're doing the work anyway. You're putting in the effort, so you deserve, you know.
Well, I was
the
talking to a
commissions.
friend today. She was talking about like my brand, right? Which is a whole nother situation. But and she was telling me what she does for a living, that she gets paid $250 an hour. I think we have the ocean. Wow. Did we get to the beach?
Can you turn off the speaker and beep, please? They're
So-
running across the studio.
I was like, oh, we just got to the ocean.
There's a reverb up there.
So, where was I again?
The
We were talking-
ocean. We're going to the beach.
Yeah. Okay. Now that we've left the beach, whoa,
There
and
we
we're
go.
talking about commission,
Yeah,
which
I was-
apparently is such a bad word. So, again, if you're offering 2%, your neighbor's offering 3%. Let's just say their house isn't even as nice, right? But, and not that agents should be steering; they shouldn't. Like I don't care. I share everything. I'm like, I just want to sell your house, right? Move on to the next deal. But if you only have one deal and you got a car payment, you're going to hold on to that deal as best you can. And then what happens when your client says to you, well, which one do you like better? Well, and it's funny because like even
Does
sometimes.
that happen?
Yeah, they ask you. Like, it's funny though. I had a client where the house I sold him was 2.5%, and I showed him another place in Boca that was 3%. And he goes, "Which one do you like better?" And I go, "To be honest with you, I like the 2.5." I didn't say that because he didn't know. I said I like the one in Coral Springs better than the one in Boca. Coral Springs, Boca, 6 half dozen in the other, right? So I said I really like the one in Coral Springs better. And I'll be honest with you. I said the one in Coral Springs is paying less commission, and I'm gearing you towards that one. I can make more money selling you the one in Boca, but I don't think it's the best deal for you. I think that in the end, when it comes time to sell it, I'll have a hard time selling it. I think, because I know you're going to call me back, right? And it's like, I think people appreciate that. But,
Oh, yeah.
but
Absolutely.
here's the thing, like, I'm very blessed that I think that I run a good business. But what happens when that's your only customer and you need your, to make
Right.
another 0.5% on a $500,000 deal, right? That's $2,500. If you have a $400 car payment, right?
That's a lot of money.
That's
right?
like half your year of car payments. Like, it's a big deal, and I don't think people look at that. And I don't think people value us. I don't think people value what we do. There's a lot of psychology that goes behind selling a house.
Oh yeah, a lot of work too.
There's a lot of work. I mean, I had somebody text me at 12 o'clock at night the other night. I looked back. The last time like I had even followed up with this person was like over a year ago, and they never responded to me. And I was just like, okay, I'm sure they'll call me when they're ready. And they texted me at 12 o'clock, and they said, I'm ready.
And you jumped on that.
And I texted back, and I said, it was like 12:12, and I was like, can I call you in the morning? I mean, because honestly, I thought it'd be weird if I picked up the phone and my husband's in bed and I'm getting on the phone with a guy. I'm like, this would be weird.
But then there's other sites. If you start searching because you think you can do it on your own, and as soon as you click on look at these houses, it goes automatically to whoever listed that house, and then you're
No, it
getting
doesn't. Does not go
Well, I
automatically
mean,
listed.
who put the ad out? I guess.
No.
Because I
So
was
be
getting
careful.
texts and texts.
From the Zillow agents. They are not the listing agents.
Oh, that's
So,
interesting. You're
yeah.
saying there's different agents. There's
Correct.
Zillow agents.
So if
Yes.
you look for yourself and
Oh.
you click on something, next thing you know, they're
Yeah, it
gathering your
says-
email and
of course, and it says schedule an appointment today at 4 o'clock, right? Which, by the way, you're going to try to schedule it for 4. Then somebody's going to call you and say,
Right.
"Oh, you want to see it today at 4?" And then they're going to call the owner or the listing agent. And what if it's not available for 4 o'clock today? You get what I'm saying?
but nobody knows that either because you think you're
They
going to
don't
look.
know.
You're looking. You're trying to find the house you want. You click and you look and you think it's going to be benign. It's not because this is what happens.
Yeah.
Another reason people should call you.
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny. I was just on the phone with Zillow today, and they have some kind of new program coming out. And I don't think he liked the fact when I said to him, "Well, I already do Zillow 3D walkthrough tours." And I already see that because he said, "Oh, this is getting 80% more views." Then it changed. It was like 50% more views. And I said, "Listen, I already know that there's more views just because I've been doing this for a while. So the only difference is you're giving me my name right on the side for one listing a month for a lot of money.
It's a lot
Not
of
all
money.
my listings, one listing. Now, if that listing takes 4 months to sell, my name will be up against it for 4 months, right? But for the amount of money they want to charge, I'm like,
Is Zillow going to try to start selling? Like, are they going to try to transform their business model to be more of a
agent?
like?
They
yeah.
already had an agent.
Did you?
Yeah, they already had an agent that was doing all their listings in Broward. She had everything. Somehow that business model didn't continue to go forward. I don't know why. So they already had somebody doing that. She was actually backed by Barbara Corcoran.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, which
Well, let's give
I don't know
out
if
your
you've
phone
seen Barbara
number.
Corcoran. She's living in a mobile home. Like she likes it better than her like
No,
multi-million.
I have
yeah, it
not
was
seen
not,
that.
Not a bad one. Like
Okay,
wherever
I'm
she-
sure.
yeah, it was funny. But I was reading something the
You got
other
to
day.
give out your phone number a couple times because we have some time left, but I want to make sure people can reach you because there's
Yeah.
a lot of confusion and they should really just call you.
Yeah, and I can explain because I read some stuff on Facebook the other day, which is even funnier. But if you're looking for a top agent and you need help and you want to be guided and you want to understand that in the end, I'm going to try to do my best to make sure that you don't have to come out with $1 out of your pocket. And honestly, in the end, I'm always very, I care really about my clients and want to make sure that whatever happens, they get the best deal possible. So give me a call at 954-650-0827. Again, 954-650-0827. Or you can check out my website at laurasell.com.
And if you've ever been to Laura's Christmas parties, you'll know that her clients stick with her over and over again.
Sad
That's a true
news.
measure
There's
of
no
success.
Christmas party this year.
There's no Christmas party this year. However, we
True
are going to be
measure.
celebrating 2 years and making money with Laura Sanders. And we're going to invite a few hundred people to the studio
Here.
on October
17th, I believe.
Yes. So only a few hundred.
That's
Come
all. She's
on.
moving to
I'll
the
clean
Christmas
up
party.
afterwards.
I said, who's going to clean? She is. I'm going to have Josh.
Who do you think cleans? Who do you think cleans my house?
So instead of the Christmas party, I'm excited that we're going to be celebrating your 2 years here. I was telling Tracy today, Cocktail
Oh.
Concierge, and
Yes.
she's so excited to be. She couldn't believe 2 years and your birthday party and all these things that are coming around.
Oh,
the
we were
corner.
talking about we're going to try to recreate a very famous nightclub.
I heard,
Yes. Yes.
but
So-
that's exciting. But
Yeah.
to be said, everyone loves your parties because they love you and they respect you. And it's not just the people that you're selling or you're buying those clients, but it's the people that you work with within the field of real estate
Yeah.
that really respect you and how you handle clients and how you write contracts and how professional you are. And that's what keeps coming down over and over again.
And sometimes it's really great when you just meet some clients. Like I have one client right now. I was on the phone with her on the way here, and I said, "Oh my God, I just met myself from 15 to 20 years." Because she said something so funny, and I was just like, "Laura, you on the other side, Laura? Like what is going on?" And I was just like, "Oh my God, I met myself in 15 to 20 years," and she just had me laughing, and I was like, "Oh my God, you're so hysterical."
Can you imagine still doing this in 15 to 20 years?
No.
Imagine what it will be like, what houses will
But
be
I have
like
a feeling
then.
I'll be doing it because I think I suffer from OCD.
But you're so good at what you do, which is why you do so many things on your own. Between assistants, and it always comes back to Laura's on the other side of the phone. You're always on the phone when you come in here. You've always got a deal. You're always scheduling the next event, the next meeting.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the deal, right? So I want people to know our value, though.
Well, you heard Freddie had to show his own house on a Saturday because the guy had to go to a baseball game or something. You don't do that.
No, and if I can't do it, I try to make somebody else. If I, because
Yeah.
it's, listen, I might be Wonder Woman, but, well, again, you never see us both in the same room at the same time. So,
She's the new Linda Carter.
yes. So,
All right, I think you got about 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay, so I guess
Call
I think
Laura.
the moral of the story is always call Laura Sanders. And just know, real estate's not dead. It's just,
Negotiable.
it's negotiable. Real estate commissions are negotiable. And the thing is that I think in the end, those that are afraid to sign that buyer broker agreement, I think that you need some kind of way to be proven to you that the agent you do hire is worth every dollar that it costs. But again, let me help you make sure that you're not getting taken advantage of and that you're signing with the right agent, because you will have to sign a buyer broker agreement moving forward. But just know that I'm committed to you as much as you're committed to me. And if you're looking for a top agent, give Laura Sanders a call, 954-650-0827. Till next week,
A name you can trust.
definitely.
Thank you for tuning in for Making Money with Laura Sanders, a name you can trust. To join the conversation, call us at the studio, 888-994-4995 Studio A, or contact Laura directly at 954-650-0827. Laura Sanders.